Welcome everybody, this is Brothermutant here. I have been issued so much as a challenge, so much as it's been literally a question that a poster had mentioned on a specific build. This is the Archaeologist Strength-based build, and while I got a couple of things wrong, and I do apologize of course, for getting stuff wrong. I hate to get wrong information to people. For instance, I suggested getting lingering performance because it would be beneficial for you to activate it halfway through the fight. You could shut it off and you'd still have 2 or 3 rounds of buff for your attacks and your damage. Turns out that is not true because it's not so much a song as a self buff. That song actually does not work, and that's a bummer, but it's what it is. So that just gives us a feedback that we can use in something else. But the review or the poster had said, have I ever tried this late game? Which of course I have not. I've never actually tried any of these builds late game. Bookworm has gotten the farthest, and she's only gotten to, I want to say chapter 3. That's just Varnhold's lot, if I'm not the actual scenario that we're talking about here, but when Varnhold goes through his troubles, and that's as far as I've ever gotten any character. That build is actually starting to tank. Not that the build is bad, I built the kingdom wrong, so I'm starting to see lots and lots of failures and triumphant failures and just colossal faux pas on my part. So I thought to myself, well, why not actually do this build and do it as a LP? So I am going to do it. I'm going to do it on normal level through a tutorial. And I know what you guys are saying. Oh, well, any real gamer is going to try hard or unfair and do the Aslanti mode, so you never have a save. Screw you guys. I'm not doing that crap. I will switch it to challenging, and then I will switch it to hard later on. I'm doing normal mode to get through the tutorial because I don't want to save scum for like the next 2 hours. It's just retarded. But once you get out of the tutorial, I can probably bump it to challenging without feeling too bad about it. Once I get to level, like say like 2. Once I get to level, say 4, I'll put it on hard mode and we can go from there, okay? But the one thing I will do is, of course, I do want to have only active companions receiving experience and only skill users doing the skill check getting XP. This is going to be a solo build. So again, this is the Archaeologist Strength-based build. Feel free to go look at that video on my channel. We have to find, of course, as always, the right picture. So we really, really need to have a good strength-based monk archaeologist build. It is a human, lawful good human. So let's actually think about what we're going to pick here. Yeah, I like the fact that he's covered up his mouth, like singing wasn't important to him. Let's pick him. Sure, why not? So that's our guy. We are human, despite what the thing says. And we are thin, despite our strength. Our strength comes from within. But we got the old man face going, like that. Can't get the sad, sick ass eyebrows, but oh well. But I'm definitely male, so we go there. This one starts off, the build starts off specifically with a dip in monk, and a specifically scaled fist monk, because we are going to be charisma based. So we are, just so you know, the final build will be a scaled fist monk 1, bard 13, and an archaeologist at that. It will be dragon disciple 4, and we're going to pick a green dragon if I'm not mistaken, and of course 2 levels into divine hunter to get the paladin saves, which is going to be ridiculous on this build. We should have decent armor. We should be literally meleeing many things. I just want to look at the portrait. That works for me. Looks like I've been draped in the blood of my enemies. This one's going to be a tanky-ish build, obviously, hence the scaled fist dip, so that we can have high charisma and therefore have high protection. I will deviate a slight bit from the build. Again, you know, like the leading performance is going to get thrown out the window because it's crap. So I don't know what I'm going to pick at that level, but that's a ways down the line. Spell picks will be basically what I suggested in my video, but I may decide, oh, I need blur sooner, so I'll grab it sooner. So things may get shuffled around a little bit as I need. But by and large, we're going to keep our best to that build. So we are point-wise. It's a strength-based build, and I know it doesn't look like it, because we're only taking strength to 14. And I ask you to bear with me on that. Dex will be 13, Con will be 12, 12 for intelligence, wisdom is a sad 10, but it's not going to be an issue for us. As you'll see, charisma will be 19, and we'll put all our points in charisma. Now again, how I put these points are going to be different than probably the way I leveled up in the past. And I do apologize for that, but I happen to know there's certain ones that are just like, oh, you must have these. Trickery being a fine example. Mobility is not truly important yet. It's going to be milestones of we need 3 in it as soon as we can, we need 5 in it as soon as we can, we need 8 in it, and that's where it will stop. Other than that, that's the only real thing I need to worry about there. I do need to get mobility and arcana and something else high enough to qualify for Dragon Disciple, and that will be by level 6. So that's going to be a thing. Okay. Now for our first 3 feats, first off, we know we're getting crane style here. There's no reason not to get dodge and deflect arrows. And this actually does make this build feel tanky right off the bat. We won't be using crane style right now. Yes, we have it, the penalty is going to be bad. A -4 to swinging, dropping to a -2 to swinging is still horrible. The extra armor is there, but it's really not going to come online until maybe like 5 or 6 levels in. Deflect arrows for that nice free, as long as we're not flat-footed, chance to just knock stuff down. The reason I can say, assuming we're not flat-footed, is because of the fact that we're going Archaeologist. There is an evasion feat that we'll get. Improved evasion will be another one, but we also get uncanny dodge. And uncanny dodge means we're not flat-footed. And that's the reason why this build actually works, in my opinion. So this is going to be Archie for Archaeologist.
I have no use. Let's shake out.
Together I have no need for this.
This is my path.
Let us bide our...
I feel faint.
He sounds like he would be a reserved kind of person, or pragmatic.
We will be times not
Pragmatic,
waiting.
and he's lawful good.
I didn't even break a sweat.
Alright, so we got that. And again, we are going to blow through the tutorial. Yeah. Random strange kid screaming at my
Our
house.
story started at the...
Alright, again, for those of you that have done this a billion times, I am going to fly through these. So again, I do apologize to those of you that haven't. That's just because I want to get to the actual stuff. This one is going to dance around quite a bit as far as levels, because we're going to go Scaled Fist, then Bard for a few levels, actually 4.
Greetings, everyone.
And then we're going to go from there
Unfortunately,
to
excellent.
Dragon
You venture
Disciple,
forth tomorrow.
back to
For
Bard,
now, you
into
can take
Divine
some time.
Hunter, and then back to Bard officially. It's just very, very odd. Ability-wise, we do have Stunning Fist, but I never seem to use it. We'll use the effects of Stunning Fist, as you'll see later. I'll do a quick save so I don't have to think.
In due time.
This is a normal level tutorial, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of death and destruction, except towards the bad guys. And like I said, once we get out of here, I'll level up, and then I'll actually crank it up to the next higher difficulty. Then after getting to level 5 or 6, I'll crank it up to the hard difficulty.
The mansion's under attack.
Because I really don't think that you guys want to see me beat my head against the wall from start to finish in the tutorial. That just seems silly. They really, really needed to revisit those, and I don't understand still to this day how a normal level difficulty can include not normal levels of crits, not normal levels of bosses or fighting bad guys, or not normal levels of everything. It literally says slightly weaker. That's not normal, then is it? Normal should be boom, flat. Everyone's normal. So I don't understand how they do that. Part of this build is punching people in the face. Part of it is actually because we're going to capitalize on our strength. We get to capitalize on monk attacks around. So flurry of blows is going to be a thing. So now if you look at our character sheet, you see I have 2 attacks versus 1 attack. You see the point? This is the reason for this particular type of build. We literally get to punch guys in the face at level 1 twice at full attack bonus. Sure, we can use monk abilities and monk weapons, and we can. We're not going to specialize in them. We're not going to get a greater weapon focus or weapon specialization or anything like that in it. We're going to focus on defense. We're going to focus on doing damage, which is crane style, and then of course dragon style for the damage output. So we'll be flip-flopping between the two as the need arises. using spells, of course, to buff ourselves and to crowd control.
We will be victorious.
We'll take that guy. Lindsay, shoot that guy for me. Thank you, Lindsay. Boom. And... oh, he did damage to me. You bastard. Alright. Ring does work, so you see the deflection, +1. It even works over here, and it even works for flat-footed, so that's useful. Even though flat-footed is not going to be an issue for us pretty soon. We have to get to level 3 to do it, but once we get to level 3, I want to say that's when Uncanny Dodge opens up for us for free, and a lot of our defense problems kind of go out the window. Yes, stuff can get through. Yes, stuff is going to still crit, just like any other build. Doesn't matter if you have the armor of 80. If someone hits a natural 20, you're going to take damage. So, you know, we have built in some protection. We built in some layers of protection. We built in toughness. So there's other ways for us to get around it. So by and large, they crit me like back to back to back. There's just not a whole lot I was ever going to do on any kind of build. Sneak attack damage. Come on. Thank you. Now, will I think this build will outshine my dex-based Dr. Jones build? That's a good point. I'm not going to carry all this stuff, by the way. That is... oh, that's right. They took that away. We're using the newest information. This is going to really annoy me. Do I think that it will outshine that particular build?
Follow my lead.
No, I really don't. The Dr. Jones build is definitely more tanky. You're going to be a dex-based build. Of course, you're going to have better armor. And it's going to be easier for you to up that armor and focus on it so you can hit and do ridiculous damage. You can use really good range attacks, which I will not be able to do on this build. It's any great success anyway. I will use them as I need, but by and large, I'm going to be meleeing or casting spells. But I still maintain this build is viable. It may not beat the game solo, I will say that, but there are very few builds out there that I think are capable of beating this game solo. I can prep a lot of different ways, and that's going to help, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be a fight where I won't have that magic spell that allows me to just turn into a flaming dragon and ass whip. So,
I think
what?
It's going to be a thing.
As it should be.
My favorite YouTube channel will say this is us in a thing. So, I wonder if we're going to get jumped on the way to Oleg's by some thylacines. Wait, I never saw that coming. Alright, anyway. Actually, I do want to check something else out. There has been... matter of fact, take everything. I'll drop it over here. There have been multiple improvements in this game, and you'll notice that some of those improvements are things like tooltips saying if they're finessable, if it's a light weapon, if it's a simple proficiency versus if it's a martial proficiency, one-handed versus two-handed, and all that fun stuff. So I'm just looking for that obvious it's a monk weapon, which of course I do not see. Just wanted to make sure. Clubs could have been a monk weapon, and the only reason I say that is it's a club for one. But monk weapons all have one thing in common with them, and they all suck in their crit potential because they only crit on a natural 20. Now remember, I'm getting XP if I succeed. Quick save here.
It is finished.
Yep, so that XP went to me. So, Lindsay's at a 182, he's at a 182, and I'm rocking better than they are, which is what I wanted. Remember, any chance you can to get the XP, try to get it on your main character. That's part of the goal here. I am a little wounded, and... oh... matter of fact, I needed to steal from these guys, didn't I? Hey, buddy. Use it. Okay. I feel good about that. We've saved.
I am prepared.
I will charge. In on this guy. Oh, I missed. And another miss. He missed with his other two. Oh, punched him in the face. Nice, nice. Okay. One of the things I think I will like about this build soloing is it's one of the few builds that I've ever made where I'm going to have a decent strength score. It's not going to be the best strength ever. It's only 14 right now, but after we get the Dragon Disciple 4 levels dipped in it, it'll turn into an 18. And of course we'll wear
Finally.
gear that'll push it higher than that. But the point is I don't have to worry about encumbrance quite like I would on a normal character, because normally my encumbrance is like 100. So already I'm doing much better than what I normally do. And the fact that I'm not wearing armor at all means that my personal encumbrance is always going to be reasonably light.
That is not far.
Now, remember we put points in trickery. And we did this for a reason. You really want a point in everything, by the way. And while I'm sure I had people complaining about, you're a jack of all trades, master of none, which is what a bard is. So yeah.
A trivial matter.
It's and I always try my best to say in my build videos that you don't have to make the points in those specific ways. There were milestones that I'll have to hit to get Dragon Disciple, to get the Dragon Style and all the other stuff that I want to do.
I can't.
Boom. First scum save. And this is important because I really do want the XP. Remember, this is the whole point of this. The reason this is so difficult is my trickery is really, really low. And it's not a class skill for one. It will be later. Right now it's very low because of that. My dex is extremely low versus a 16, which is what it normally is. So this should have been at least a 4 to a 7. It's actually just a 2. So I'm really having to push a lot of effort here.
Ready for anything.
I wrote it like I saw it.
That can buff me.
You have my
She, on the other hand, does. Keep forgetting about this cool little ability.
I know what to do.
Quick save that, so I don't have to think about it again. That's a +1 to the roll.
Matter. What a find!
An extremely useful, if overlooked, cantrip guidance.
No
Lasts for a minute, and it works on things like perception checks and all kinds of other stuff.
It is finished.
You can literally use it to actually uncover where there were stuff where a perception check would have taken place. As long as you keep track of the minute that it's on you, cast it on you, walk around for like 45 seconds, stop, recast it. And I keep saying that because as soon as it drops off, that if it wasn't because of the time limit, then you know that you made a check. You don't see it over here, but you made it because it used the guidance, which is a +1 to a check or an attack roll or whatever. That +1 was used. You just don't see it over in your combat log. So it's kind of a cheesy way of finding those hidden items. And I don't have a problem with it because it's built into the game for that reason alone, in my opinion. Because who else would really use guidance all that much? Alright, now, I feel good about this. I do need to have her up front, or more up front, anyway. And I think that this build, like I said, once you start leveling up some spells, you'll have some healing, you'll have a decent use magic device because of your high charisma. Shot. See, right now I've been dead already if I was doing this on hard difficulty. These guys swing way too hard on hard difficulty. I still think, I know I'm old school, but a tutorial should be a tutorial. Tutorial should not be a damage fest. It should be, let's see how fast you can reset your game because you guys have died because you didn't anticipate how hard-hitting the tutorial is going to be on the hardest difficulty. It's a tutorial for a reason. Not everybody's going to be fighting the most uber guys ever.
In due time.
That's why when I usually play these games, you'll see that instead of hard difficulty, which is nothing wrong with that, and it's fun, and I do enjoy it, I usually do whatever is considered quote-unquote normal difficulty. And I do that for a reason. Not because I'm a wuss or not because I think that it would just be no fun to constantly scum save, because I'll still do it on the normal difficulties. In this particular playthrough, you'll see me doing that to make sure I get as many XP points as possible. Running solo, I'm going to need it. I'm going to leave that chair alone, even though I know it turns into something to kill. Make sure to activate that one, and then this one up here. And this door open now.
In due time.
But I do normal for a reason. Normal is, from my understanding, what normal pen and paper version of this game behave like. Everybody crits like normal. Everyone takes damage like normal. Everyone has normal abilities. If you wanted to soup it up a little bit,
All
sure, I guess I
according
can
to plan.
understand it for maybe challenging like the next level up. Because, you know, you're going to min-max, you know, unless you just don't really care about your build. And I'm not picking on people that don't min-max, don't get me wrong. I do it because I enjoy it. I like saying how much I can get out of a specific build. But it is by no means necessary to min-max to have fun. What I'm saying is, once you get the pattern down, the understanding of it down, once you realize how to multi-class reasonably successful, you'd be surprised how often you min-max. You'd be like, oh, well, I could totally do this to get down another 4 points of damage. I could just take a 1-level dip in Vivisectionist and get a +4 to any one of my mental or physical stats. Psh, yes, please, do that for 10 minutes every damn day. Oh, and it gave me natural armor besides. And if I went Vivisectionist, I could get some sneak attack damage. Hell yeah. You know, there's a whole lot of ways you can min-max and still have fun with
Focus
this
on the
game.
goal.
I'll make sure I have that equipped. Not that I'm going to use it.
Follow my lead.
The one thing that this build is going to be extremely limited on, I point that out to you right now, there's going to be parts of this game where magic missile is going to be how you take out the bad guy. We don't have magic missiles. We have scrolls and we have wands, and that's about all we're going to get. Now, it's not to say that we can't kill those bad guys with a really, really high attack bonus, the ability to inflict damage. They're just really hard to hit. So before we take that area out, we need to make sure we are buffed to the nines.
Request.
I'm going to have her charge.
Ready for
I'm
anything.
going to charge that one.
Enemy approaching.
Boom, into Oh yeah, that worked out well.
Up yourself open.
Nice. Turn him into kibble.
It's...
I don't know.
Like that. Like those. And again, I don't want to carry weight, so I'm just going to drop this stuff. These ones I'm not worried about, because there's going to be people that I slap those on. I want to say our harem over here is going
In
to be one
due
of them.
time.
One of the things I think I find so interesting about these games is the fact that, with the few exceptions to some places where you have no choice, they really go out of the way to give you the ability to solo. You know, and obviously right now we don't have a choice because they're on the team. I could have them stand behind me and I still solo it, so to speak. But they're always there. So that's the thing.
I'm dying. That's impossible. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you Tartucci got the XP for that. Yeah, he did, you bastard. He has a bonus to persuasion that I don't.
As it should be.
So, but I do like the fact that, by and large, they give you the potential to solo this game for a good long while. Maybe not everything. There's plenty of missions where you have to have a second and even a third party member that's capable of activating a trigger, for instance. Because you just can't do it by yourself. Even with a pet, you can't do it by yourself and your pet because of that one little problem.
In
Fortunately,
due
we're
time.
not doing the hard difficulty. If this was hard difficulty, I would have scum-saved that until we got through there. I take everything, because we're going to drop it once we get inside this next area. But yeah, I would have scum-saved that, because having your entire party fatigued for this fight on hard difficulty is just, might as well shoot yourself in the face. Because -2 to strength, -2 to dex, your attack bonuses are already suck-ass at level 11. This is really not
Follow
a
my
tutorial, in my opinion, that was built for a level 1 fight on hard. Can you do it? Sure. I've done it. You can scum save all day long and still not get it though. So it's one of those things where, you know, why shoot yourself doing it the hard way when you can literally just drop everybody once you get the hell out of here, and then do solo run from that point on, so that you can actually, you know, enjoy being a solo character on a harder difficulty. I do like that they give you the option of making a harder level if you want. Now he can get, now notice chainmail has changed, by the way. This has been changed for a while now. It used to be a chainmail was a +5, or an armor class of 5, excuse me, because breastplate was definitely an upgrade. It was medium, just like this one was, and of course it had better things going for it besides the armor. The armor check penalty, the max dex. This one here has a max dex of 2, armor check penalty -5. This one's got an arcane, max dex of 3 and armor check penalty -4. So definitely a better armor, but the armor class itself is basically the same. This one here, on the other hand, though, ekes us out another point. Plus, I want to not forget to steal from my team. Thank you, team. He needs this one. She is his shield. That -2 to her swing, because she's using the tower shield, is breaking her in this fight. She has the Masterwork Bastard Sword, so there's no reason to change that, but he does have the ability to get a little bit of a bump here. This would be how I would take it on hard difficulty, by the way. He's got a +3 now and a lesser shield, but she doesn't have that -2 penalty that she used to have, and she's still getting a +1. Everyone's screwed, though, because of their low strength and dex, which is, again, the part of the problem that we have here. From here, if you're trying this on hard, you definitely want to buff up. And I would always have to teach you on Magic Missile Duty, Lindsay Lamb, that, and then autopilot or screams, so that while we take these guys on, we're buffed up, and she's auto-hitting, so is he. Take out these first 3 guys reasonably quick on hard difficulty. Yes, these other guys suck, especially these archers. But once you see Miriam, she's here to help you out too. Goes a lot better. So obviously this is on the easier difficulty. But as you see, I'm already dead on this is on medium. I'm already dead on normal difficulty. So it wasn't by any stretch of the imagination an easy fight. Pick up all the loot.
That is not far.
Decide what we drop here in the Mo. And of course heal up. Okay. Alright, now. But by and large, this would be what I would take with me. Now, before we talk to Amandi,
You have my
we
attention.
always want to buff up. We always want to cheese it.
I know what to
We're
do.
not leaving until we get all 3 of these successful passes. Okay. The reason I'm doing the cheese, by the way, on this, for those of you wondering why you're being so petty, it is literally because this is an XP run. If we're running solo, losing out on XP could mean literally fighting a bad guy at a level 3 versus level 4, where level 3 is almost impossible, level 4 is just a cakewalk.
I know what to do.
I know it sounds weird, but sometimes that one next level, that extra level of spells, really just breaks stuff.
Please, I know.
Probably.
They both. How could my?
Lady Eldori, don't listen.
Considering the circumstances.
Is it?
There is.
What a
One
you
more.
do very well. You
Really?
There we go.
If
Yay, thank you. Alright, now that's good enough for me. I don't know that the XP would have been different, but I don't like the opportunity that I could have missed on
surviving.
XP. So, we have leveled up, and I will do so. Remember, we went Scale Fist first. So now we're going Bard, Archaeologist, and this is the reason for it. Here is the evasion. Wait a minute. Where is it? Sorry. There it is. Uncanny Dodge. I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is the reason, one of the reasons for Uncanny Dodge is really the main reason for me liking this build. Not being flat-footed really matters. Oh, I do want to go back though, because I want to see what was my Dragon Disciples minimum knowledge arcana 5. Okay, that's it. Did they change that? Did it used to be harder? I swear it used to be harder. Ooh, wow, look at all that sexy stuff. This is definitely new. Knowledge arcana 5. Yeah, okay. Could have sworn that, oh, maybe I'm thinking Arcane Trickster. Yeah, there it is. Alright, I need Knowledge Arcana 5. It's fine. So we got Archaeologist. And Knowledge Arcana. I do want to get that mobility up. Well, I don't really need it. I need Athletics. I need Perception up. And I do like unlocking everything. So, Persuasion is one of those that you can actually use it without training, but use magic device you need training. The lores and the knowledge you need to be trained. I think there's an exception to the rule because we are an archaeologist or even a bard, but I'd still going to at least invest a point in everything. These ones are all physical, but I think trickery is one that requires training to officially use it, so that's the reason for that. And again, just to re-emphasize, perception always has to go up. Normally I would say the same for trickery, but you see now we've unlocked all of our skills, so it actually got a pretty decent bump just because we are suddenly an archaeologist. So that's actually helpful. And I'd still rather have an athletics score greater than what it was, because in this next area we're going to be soloing, there's going to be a lot of mobility checks, a lot of athletics checks, a lot of trickery checks. So at least a little bit of everything here allows me to do those things. Alright, for spell picks, you want to have something that does damage, and auto damage is nice. So ear-piercing scream's my way to go here. From there, I had said some crowd control abilities since you're going to be fighting solo. So grease was my go-to, and then standing outside the grease. I'm actually going to change that up into Expeditious Retreat. It's still a pick that I was going to get, so don't be screaming at me. But don't be ear-piercing screaming at me. Expeditious Retreat is one that really, if you use it well, you can actually kite quite easily with it. Another option would have been Cure Light Wounds. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get Vanish, because we're going to try to do some sneak attack damage when we can. Touch of Gracelessness, yeah, that's going to show up there. So again, we have quite a few in here that we're going to pick before everything's said and done. But yeah, I like to be able to run if at all possible. For these guys, we're just going to load pre-mates because we don't care about them. Once we get past Oleg's, I'll switch it to the next harder difficulty. And then once we get past, oh, I don't know, level 5 at least. Because remember, I'll be running solo for most of that stuff. Once we get past level 5, I'll probably turn it to hard difficulty and we'll try it from there, see how we do. I think by level 5 we should have a pretty good feel for if we're going to be able to make it or not. We will still save Scum Hill. I did it already in the tutorial, so it's going to be a thing. So don't ever play this game thinking you're just going to walk. Why they even have only one save and once you're done
In due time.
mode. I mean, sure, it's cute, and I'm sure there's people that are just beating their heads against the wall thinking that their builds are awesome. Yeah, they're not that awesome, man, to be trying on the hardest difficulties and then using stuff like that. Just trying to see what we have for money. Is there, oh yeah, and I want to make sure that she got better gear, right? Yeah. Breastplate, please. Thank you. And then we'll sell off her hide armor. So she's good. Now this fight,
That is not
we
far.
can pass the gate here. But this fight's going to be particularly gnarly. Oh, I didn't realize I had an archaeologist luck on. Did I have that on before? Oh, it just showed up now. Oh, we haven't rested. That's what it did. Okay. I'm taking this junk off. And I do want to put up my bar. I do like flare early on. It rapidly goes away at the dodo, but buffs usually on this side as well as heals, and then of course single target / AoE stuff over there, and then my toggles are usually down here. He, I don't really care about him, but you can buff. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. Oh, there it is. And we'll move that over here for the time being. Okay.
Done with
She's
waiting.
ready to go rage quit on
Just
everybody.
let me try.
And Lindsay can help us up.
Lindsay the Magnificent? Lindsay the Illustrious?
Just because I want her to be a little farther back. She doesn't have her precise shot yet, so that's going to be a thing for her. What's going on here? You guys aren't robbing these people. Lawful neutral. My task is clear. I must kill you. As a lawful neutral act,
Can you make it
beating you to
happen?
death is
I need
a clear and obvious
inspiration.
choice. Alright, team. Do your thing. He could even go a little crazy here for, well, Bane. On this difficulty, it's not going to be an issue. But we can screw with them a little bit if we really wanted to. It's more important obviously for the next fight. But his buffs are going to be lackluster for the longest time.
Resting would be nice,
Now
don't
we're
you
going
think?
to talk to him about his stuff one more time. We're going to get rid of this junk. Stuff that I can't use. Stuff that we stole from his base. Always keep rope. Rope is extremely helpful. And I'm not going to actually get rid of potions. I'm not going to get rid of scrolls anytime soon. Remember, I'm not a full caster, so those things are going to come extremely valuable to me. But that's good. Now, quick save. Talk to Oleg. Wait for the attack. I am totally ready, even though I'm not. Because this is the easy, or normal, difficulty, this fight should be rather uneventful. Not that much. Wow. But that was a nice start. Is that 3 dead bodies I see? 1, 2, 3. Holy hell, good job. This guy's almost dead. He's working on it. These guys are not doing that great either. Even Haps got hit. These guys, I think, flee. Or at least one of them stays and the others flee. Linz can buff. And he can bless us.
This should do it.
Getting you out of our story.
I'm on crossbow, as you see. So my attack is not fantastic. I have a +1 base attack bonus because I'm monk. Really is because I'm monk. +1 for my dex because my dex is low. +1 from Ralph because he fired off bless, which is nice. And then the +1 from Inspire Courage, that's competence bonus, thanks to Lindsay. Now if I had this on, that would be a +1 luck bonus, so I'd have even one higher. So I could actually be at a +5 right now, even for just a ranged attack. That's not bad.
This won't kill me.
And that's it. Then we would have been slaughtered if this was on hard difficulty, just so you guys know. We would have succeeded eventually, but it wouldn't have been
In due
easy, and it would
time.
have taken multiple tries, I got a feeling. And it's been that way for even my best builds, where it's the tankiest guys. I mean, I've had guys that were like, oh, let's just play a paladin with like plate armor on, what have you. Just got my ass handed to me, and that's with an armor class of rocking over a 20, running into battle right at the beginning. I'm like, I am totally badass, and then yeah, I got killed. get out to the main. Am I gonna run solo for this part? No, I am gonna take him with me. Just for a little bit. Like I said, I want to be able to beat up on Tartuccio. And I know that there's going to be a quest down here that we want to complete as soon as possible. As soon as you get this doofus off your back, the undead jackass that's haunting your dreams, the less likely you are to be suffering from fatigue or exhaustion.
Follow
Okay.
my lead.
And again, just to show you the XP that we got here, we got 3805, 3443, 3212, and 4393. So I'm almost at level 3 already, which is extremely helpful. You manage to get yourself to level 3 or 4 in this, and I'd say it'd be pretty easy for you to solo from that point on. There's still going to be hiccups. I mean, let's face it, even at level 4 with this build, I am not taking on that shambling mound that you guys know exists way the hell over here. But you know, that's any character that's level 4. I've never been able to beat. Well, is that true? I think I may have been able to kite him with a wizard at level 4.
In due time.
And use enough scrolls and wands to kick his ass. It was a complete waste of my time and effort. But I could do it. And it was a decent XP jump, if I'm not mistaken. Now for this stuff again, remember you're in an area where there could be a perception check. If you have the ability to totally do this, save it, grab your team, come up in here. See that? You found the first thing you could possibly have found. I'll reactivate it on everybody again. And while I would say pick that lock, we're not going to do that just yet. Because there's one more in this area. Just come save it. Let everybody walk over here. Find the other one. At the very least, you've unlocked that they're there. If you look at the map, you'll see the 2 pieces of loot. That's why I did what I did. From there, this one's going to be impossible for us to pick, I think, at this level of difficulty. But I might be able to pull off picking this one.
I am prepared.
Yep. And just to show you that I can't. And yes, I know I'm not buffed. Actually, I'm still buffed. Why is
can't.
that? Yeah, there we go. Trickery check. Yeah, see, modifier 6, 27. Now, this, I could pull it off with this on 2. This is a big if. Because it's a luck bonus versus what he gave me, which is guidance, which is not a luck bonus, I don't believe. Competence bonus, yes. So competence plus luck would stack. So I'm 1 away from being able to hit it on a natural 20. I could scum save until I get this. There's nothing I don't think in there that's worth grabbing this early that you're like, oh my god, this would make or break my build. So just know that you've seen it, that it's there, because you're going to have to return here anyway. So 9 times out of 10, unless I have a thievy type of build, I'm never getting inside that thing anyway. So and again, another big chunk of XP. If I had done all this solo, I think by now I actually would have been level 3. I think it would have given me all that XP, because it says 324, sure, but it's 324 split 4 ways. I think between that and that last XP dump, which we got way back up here when we did the 270, the 270 to 324, that'd be 500, almost 600 XP.
All according to plan.
I think that may have been enough to put us there, or at the very least so ungodly close that we're about ready to ding with like one little fight. So, but it's a thing. I'm going to get you over to where Tartuccio's at, and then we'll call this video quits. Ancient Tomb, here we come. And we are going to be kind of cheating / smart about things, because we know where fights are, we know where things are at, And we know, like, for example, if we want to have Tristan
Enemy
early, what we need to do. So I may actually employ some of those tricks. And when I do those, I will do my best to tell you about them. He's going to buff us because he's killing him. I'm killing him.
This should do it.
Lindsay, why don't you help her
Serves you
shoot that?
right.
Oops. Sorry, I forgot that I was on range. Never mind.
In due time.
Alright, now having said that, Harem is missing out. So I'm going to take that off and give that to Harem. So that he has something he can do in a fight. Oh, look at that. See, I already found him some armor. You gotta love it. Oh wait, that was her armor. Yeah. Harem, give that back. There we go. Yeah, much better. Okay, so he can do something, she can do something. Everybody has a job. Basically is the point here. Alright. And you got a little cheap XP. The thing about this game that a lot of people are really not going to like, and I totally get it, guys, I really do. Here's our ancient tomb. Even on normal difficulty, which is what we're still on right now, by the way, even on normal difficulty, with just a bad crit roll, your game's over. So why I really don't understand when people do that is Zonti mode. Like, why on earth would you torture yourself with that god-awful, oh, I'm only going to have one save because I like a challenge. I like a challenge too, but I'm not an imbecile. I don't want to waste, especially if it's like several hours into a game and then suddenly, oh, and guess what? Yeah, you don't get to do anything anymore. Oh, that just seems so weird to me. I'm just rearranging some stuff here, guys.
Anything is possible.
I know my OCD is kicking in. But I like to have certain things that I know I'm going to use. And while she may never charge, doesn't mean she won't. When I have been finding more uses for mobility, by the way. I never really realized, I guess, what it did. Actually, that's not true. I knew what it did, I just didn't think it worked.
Just awaits us.
Done with waiting.
She's fine.
I know what to do.
I am missing out on these things. By the way, you see my perception, Tigger. You see my, where is it? Lore Nature, Morale, +2 Tigger. And if you saw my initiative, which is probably here. Oh yeah, I don't have that kind of familiar. What do I got? I got a saving throw. There we go. Perception and lore. You see those? If I shut those off for this character, oh, it finally did do it. It used to be that they were on no matter what. Okay, so you really do have to have them on as top. Okay, good. It used to be that, I want to say it was for the familiars. If you had the familiar, even if the familiar wasn't on, you had the bonuses that the familiar provided, which was kind of nice because no one wants to see the bunny hopping around all over the damn place. But let's actually do a quick save here. And then from there we do a hard save. Alright, with that, my name is Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think so far. Yes, I know this is going to deviate from our other LPs. But I do like the idea, and I do love a challenge. And I really do think this build has some potential. I mean, we're not there yet. The deflect arrows, though, does come in super handy. I do notice that being flat-footed is an issue. So again, deflect arrows is not going to be an issue once we get to level 2 archaeologists, because we're never flat-footed again, supposedly. I think there's ways around that, by the way. The reason I say that is flat-footed in this game, as far as the game is concerned, is the same as being denied your dex armor bump, your dodge, what you get in here, the +1 or +7 or plus whatever you have. So flat-footed, you see, is 18 is dodge and dex +1 and +1. You notice you don't see dodge, you don't see dex over here. So all your dodge bonus basically is going away. There are abilities that you can use that attack an enemy where their dodge and their dex bonus is not applicable. That's flat-footed as far as the game is concerned then. So just because it says I can't be flat-footed, that's not technically true. So that can be a problem still. So be warned. With that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.